Hello singers, thanks for stopping back and visiting my channel. This week's lesson is vocal placement. I'm going to show you what it is and how to get it. So what is vocal placement? Have you ever heard the term throwing your voice? Such as a ventriloquist would, or like that girl that can throw her voice from the stage all the way to the back row without any microphones? That's all about vocal placement. The voice isn't really going anywhere, you're not throwing it anywhere. It's still going to be created here in the voice box, in the throat, but you can project it or place it in a different spot. And here are the 4 areas that I'm going to show you where you can throw your voice. And the benefits of knowing these 4 areas of where you can throw your voice is really, really big. Alright, so first up, let's talk about area number 4. Placement number 4 is the only area that you do not really want to sing from, because if you sing from there most of the time for a prolonged period of time, it's harmful to the voice. It is actually a desired trait for talk show hosts and a lot of radio disc jockeys because it just gives them a distinguishing rumble. It's that vocal fry area that we talk about, which is that sound where the vocal folds are pressing and vibrating together. Great exercise, by the way, vocal fry, for warm down, but not to sing from there all the time. It has a very throaty sound because that's exactly where you're singing from. So placement number 4 is from the throat. Think Howard Stern. Okay, that brings us to placement number 3. Placement number 3 is found on the top of the throat, back of the mouth area, and usually people describe the sound of this area as warm or dark sounding, not dark in a bad way either. Classical and opera singers use this placement the most. But remember, you can always choose to use areas 1, 2, or 3 in any style you want to find your own voice. An example of this placement would be Pavarotti or Sarah Brightman. That leads us to placement number 2. It's actually found in the roof of the mouth. Where exactly? Well, if you took the tip of your tongue and tried to touch your nose through the inside of your mouth, you'll find area number 2. It's smaller than the size of a dime. And it has this really bright sound when you sing from placement number 2, and it has very good projection. However, if you spend too much time, if you focus your sound, your singing sound, too much through placement number 2, it becomes very nasally sounding. A lot of people actually speak from placement number 2, and you'll know it right away. It kind of has a Fran Drescher or like a Steve Urkel sound. So remember not to focus the sound too much in this area, otherwise it will become that nasal sound when you're singing. Last and certainly not least is placement number 1. Placement number 1 is found directly behind the lips, but right in front of the teeth. And that spot is thinner than the thickness of a piece of paper. So it's really, really hard to focus the sound there, but if you can, the benefits is it's going to sound very effortless sounding. And you're going to have what's called a speech level voice, meaning that it's this natural type of sound. And singers that use this would be Billy Joel, Rufus Wainwright, Frank Sinatra. Now that you know about vocal placement, this can help you in a lot of different ways. Say you want it to sound like a particular singer. Well, once you determine what placement they're singing from, he or she is singing from, you can put your voice in that same spot, and you're already going to sound a lot more like him or her already just by doing that. Okay, so now this might be a question you're asking yourself. Is there a way to combine any of the vocal placement areas together to form a new sound? And the answer is yes, absolutely, because it's nearly impossible to sing from just one area solely, because you have so many resonating zones and cavities in your head that everything is going to vibrate, and it's always going to be a combination that makes your sound unique. So if you wanted to kind of take the best of both worlds, in my opinion, I like to do placement 2 and placement 1 as much as possible, because I'm combining the natural sound of placement 1 with the bright sound and great projection from area number 2. So singers, I urge you to experiment and see if you can combine any of these areas that you like and make your own sound, the sound that you maybe haven't heard from before in your own voice. I hope this helped you out, singers. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for watching.